wake up, no sleeping, there's a dream to chase. Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to NXT with NaJee. You guys know what the deal is. We are a part of the Whip Show, the Wrestling Heroes and Insiders podcast, aka the Whip Show. So nice I had to say it twice. And we are also a part of bodyslam.net. So now we are back, ladies and gentlemen, with episode 69, where we will be talking about NXT Gold Rush. Now we're just going to be talking about night one. I do want y'all to understand that it was a double taping. No, I did not ask for the spoilers. No, I do not know the spoilers. But if you don't want to know anything, I'd probably suggest staying off the internet. I haven't seen anything yet, which has been great. And I'm definitely not complaining about that. So that's amazing. But as you guys know, I didn't click on the wrong screen here. As you guys know, usually when I do these episodes, I am not by myself. This time, it is another super fan edition. Me and this person have interacted a few times on the old Twitter /X/ whatever you want to see it. Amazing fan, huge Liv Morgan supporter. Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest on NXT with NaJee, we have Sammy. Make some noise for a Sammy. As soon as I get Sammy's all set up real quick. Let me make sure I get Sammy in there. Right. All right, what's going on, Sammy? How you doing?
I'm actually doing good. I'm at the movie, so sorry y'all if I look a little rough. But I'm here. I'm here.
Yes, and that's what we love. We love that you're here. Thank you. So, what is your like quick origin story as to how you became a wrestling fan? And like, I know you love Liv Morgan, so do you have any
Yes,
like?
that's my girl. um, so so I was just like watching one day, flipping through the channels, and then I saw Melina Mercury getting Nitro. And after that, they hooked me into wrestling. So after that, I've been hooked ever since. My first event was actually Survivor Series in 2009.
Okay.
Um, that's the first one I've you know ever went to. So yeah, that's just a little backstory about
Heck yeah.
me.
I love it. I love it. But all right, did you how'd you feel about last night? Last night was crazy. Like I know we're gonna get into this in more
Um,
detail, but just like a man, it was wild.
kinda kind of pissed off,
Yeah, we'll get
but
to it. We'll get to it.
yeah, yeah.
All right, y'all. So we're going to jump right into these matches, starting with the very first match, which was Team Canada of Ethan Page and Chelsea Green against Thea Hale and Mr. Joe Hendry. The Believers is what you could call them if you like. We call them the Believers. That's what I'm gonna call them, anyways. But yo, this match was a lot of fun. I would say Thea was having a great time. I love that Thea is getting a chance to really show who she is now. Like everything that she can do, I feel like is being put on the table. Like her goofiness, her seriousness, her wrestling. There was a spot where she had Chelsea's arms like dangling, waving her from side to side, which cracked me up too. But oof, it was good. It was really good. How do you feel about the teaming of Joe Hendry and Thea Hale?
Um, I it is kind of grow on me, but I love it. Why not? It gives her something to do.
Hmm.
I felt like when Chase U kind of came back, I thought they were just gonna throw her in there. But I mean, hey, you're giving her something to do. I guess it's working with her
Yeah,
and Joe Hendry. And it's kind of like a comedy act between them two. So I hope they keep it g- going and stuff. So I really hope they do. I hope it's not like short lived.
yeah, me too. I think so as well. Congratulations to Joe Hendry, by the way. They just announced that he signed a main roster deal. Like he didn't
Oh,
sign an NXT
wow.
contract, but he'll still be around NXT, is what I'm assuming. After a couple people probably leave, which I'm assuming Ricky might. Then I think Joe will probably take over the mantle as the face of NXT. So we'll see. But I also feel like Joe Hendry and Ethan Page would have a really good Iron Man match. It's just something about the way they work together makes me feel like they could work an hour long match and kill it. But looks like New York didn't quite believe enough in Joe Hendry and Thea Hale as Chelsea hits it on Pretty Her on Thea to actually win and signify the fact that they are and still. Oh, I think I lost my guest here. But they are, and still the double champs here, the tag team champs, AAA mixed tag team champions, which is what this match was for. Hopefully, we can get Sammy back in here in a few minutes. Oh, yep, looks like we got him right back in here. All
Okay,
right,
I'm back. There we go. I'm
all
back.
right. So
I'm
Sammy's
back.
back,
My
but yeah,
bad.
long story short, and still AAA mixed tag team champions. We have Chelsea Green and Ethan Page, aka the Canadians. Let's see. Who do you think the next duo is gonna be to take on
Oh God,
the Canadian?
I, I don't even know. I, I, I don't even know. I really want them. Like, if they really were trying to go this route, I really just want them to bring back the mixed match challenge,
Yes.
and I thought that the mixed match championships would have been a thing or whatever, but it seems like now it's taken off. So hopefully they kind of bring back that tournament and
Hmm.
we get some type of number one contendership or something like that. Because honestly, I don't know who can really like face them right
Yeah, I
now.
mean,
Honestly,
there's a lot of like real couples in the NXT locker room too that
yeah,
I feel like you could obviously have Ariana and Stacks. That could be a team you could put together right there.
yeah,
Trick and Lash would be a lot of fun. Like if Trick doesn't, and, well, I mean Lash is at the main roster now, and I think Trick's on his way too. So maybe not that,
yeah.
but there's a lot there. There's a lot of potential there. Even say Joe Hendry and Thea Hale. Like again, you do it again. Run it back.
Yeah.
Run it back. But all right, so now we're gonna move on from this one, and we're gonna go into the second match of the night. Second match of the night, which was I got to throw you back on there too. There you go. Which is Sol Ruka
Oh God.
versus Blake Monroe for the
Uh-uh.
North American Championship. Um, no, what
I
an
have nothing to
ending!
say.
What an
I have
ending!
nothing to
So
say.
So basically, this whole entire match, Blake goes right after the knee, like any heel should do. Blake is killing it as a heel right now, like just tapping into that part of her. Um, wow, this I have to cut right to the end of this match just to talk about the end of this match. So Zaria's watching Soul. Basically, I think she's in like a half Boston crab, and she's just wrenching it in, wrenching it in, wrenching it in, pulls away from the rope, wrenches it in. Then Zaria goes off to the side, pushes poor Christian out of the way. Christian, you didn't deserve that. I hope you know that. Pushes poor Christian off to the side and grabs the towel. He goes back over to the ring. Soul is literally yelling, "Don't do it! Don't do it! Please don't do it! I'm good." Zarya throws in the towel. Soul loses the match.
Um, I I really felt like Zaria. I mean, don't get me wrong. When all of them signed together, I had high hopes that they would have done something with her.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like she's just playing this little sidekick role, and I felt like what was the what was the whole I- idea of doing this storyline if y'all knew the girl was cleared or going to be cleared or whatever in time and take the titles off of her, because now it just doesn't make sense as to why Blake won. If honestly, I felt like if they were trying to have Zarya turn or whichever one turn, I felt like yesterday would have been a good time to
I feel
turn
like this
them.
is the start, though.
But
I feel like this is starting that for sure. Like this is definitely the seed being planted on the turn. They've been doing it for the longest time, even when she got hurt. Maybe she wasn't even actually hurt.
yeah, and then I felt like too, like I don't know, Zarya just I don't know, she doesn't do it for me right now. I feel like I just feel like I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. Like I really don't. It's just like I don't know what it is. Like her this tag team has been going on for so long, and it's like, okay, like when's the turn happening? Like we all know it's
Hmm.
coming, but when is it actually
Yeah,
coming?
I feel like this is the slow burn for the turn. Like maybe the whole thing with Sol Ruka's injury was a part of the story that they've come up with in order to
Yeah,
lead them to maybe Stand and Deliver or New Year's Evil. I think the most gangster thing you could do, put them both in the Iron Survivor match. Like because then there it is. They don't have a choice, and then they start the match off. That'd be perfect. That'd
yeah.
be that would be perfect. Maybe that's what they're cooking up. Who knows though? But who knows? But and still we have Miss Blake Monroe walking out with her North American Championship still on her waist.
I
We'll see who's next. We'll
I
see.
did like though at the end of the match with Blake holding up the title, it kind of was like a character switch, like her better half, and then she just snapped back into like her normal
Hmm.
persona. So it's kind of interesting that she's bringing over what she kind of did in the other company over. So hopefully it works out for her.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
they're letting Blake cook, and I'm excited to see who they pick as her next opponent. But like I said, and still. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the next match, which was for the tag team championships of NXT. Now you got Dark State, Dion Lennox, and you got Osiris Griffin, and well, versus sorry, Leon Slater and Javon Evans. Now Javon is literally just coming off of his match against Gunther, like the night before. So that is very impressive because they put on a hell of a match. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. Them boys are probably. I said this on Twitter last night or X. They're probably the best duo I've seen since Matt and Jeff Hardy
yeah.
to look so
For the
comfortable
younger
together.
generation, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
For like the younger ones, yeah.
because they haven't. It's not like they've been working together for a long time. And if they have, I'm sorry that I'm not hip or knew the knowledge. But wow, it's just so flawless with them. Like they fooled me at one point in time because I thought Leon was about to crush Javon in the corner. Then Javon ducked and Leon jumped 25 feet in the air. It's crazy business. But man, the Bouncy Boys definitely showed up and showed out. I know the Hardy Boys are probably somewhere smiling and big excited. But Dark State seems to just keep getting better and better and better, especially those two working together. It's a hard thing to ignore. As much as I would have liked to have seen Javon and Leon walk away with the tag titles there, that's just not what happened. That's just not what happened. After a very, very, very hard fall, and dude put up a big fight. I think that maybe the Gunther thing had something to do with it too. But and still, Dark State survives the night and still are your tag team champions. There are a lot of hungry people out there, and I'm telling you, OTM
And
is on the way.
my boys, my boys.
Yep. So how do you think this is going to play out with Dion and just Dark State in general still running the tag
Hoping they
division with
drop the
OTM
titles
coming in?
to OTM. Dark State
Yeah.
does nothing for me. I really feel like
Ah.
OTM. Like I don't mean that disrespectfully. Well, I do mean that disrespectfully, but Dark State, I felt like it's kind of like whatever. It's like it's whatever. But I feel like OTM should have already been tag team champions.
Long time ago.
But yeah, so now I feel like it's the it's the it's time. It's yeah. It's time. It's time to pull the trigger.
Yes, I agree, 100%. So I think we both agree in the future we would love to see Dark State versus OTM. Hopefully that's what we get at deadline. I'll sign me up. Sign me up. All right. So we're gonna move on to the main event in just a second. Well, Sammy's gonna be out of here for a minute. We back, we back. All right, now the main
Yeah, I'm
event.
here.
This was controversial. This was wild, and we'll get to the end of it in a second here. But we have JC Jane taking on Miss Tatum Paxley, the current, well, at the time, the current champion for NXT, the women's champion. Wow, the way this one ended was
Um,
something serious. they kind of hinted at it. They've been hinting at it for weeks. Obviously, when Izzy didn't make the wheel, when Tatum went against Izzy's wishes of her even like letting anybody challenge for the title, that wasn't her not giving her a shot. Even during this match with Fatal Influence being out there on the side and the Cullen being out on the side, Tatum just felt like she was just distracted the whole entire time. Like she just never really focused on JC.
I,
And how are you feeling about this whole thing, the situation?
okay. I have mixed feelings about it because I felt like I felt like fatal influence now does nothing for me. Like their whole entrance, mm, absolutely um horrendous. Um, I felt like Lainey Reed, if they knew that Jasmine was going from the company, I felt like y'all should have introduced her like sooner rather than, more later. Like the girl doesn't give me anything. At least with Jasmine, she gave me something in the ring with that unique interest. But Miss Girl, I just,
Oh, you just wait.
I, 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 I just, she just does nothing for me. This version, I don't know like what it is, and then if they were still trying to do something, it's kind of like okay, like it's ran its
I say
course.
you gotta give Laney a chance. Me personally, as a person who sat in
I'll
that
I'll
performance center
give
and
her I'll give
watched her dark
her
matches, bro.
I'll I'll give her until New Year's Evil, and then and then and then
You just
our
wait till next Tuesday. Just wait till next Tuesday. No, seriously, I'm not even joking. Like
hmm
we the best match that I've seen personally this year was between Kendall Gray and Laney Reed, and it was a dark match before NXT, and it is still even after an AJ Styles versus John Cena and all this crazy stuff. That match had me on the edge of my seat, and like the whole building was going crazy. And I think it might have been maybe all of 10 minutes, but those two those two coming up this week, it's gonna be a big deal. Like a very, very, very big deal. But I respect the opinion. I respect it. Like not everybody got to see what we saw, and Laney is very new to a lot of people. So I 1,000% respect that. Now, with this situation that happened though, is it like so Tatum is obviously is looking to get the win. She gets pushed out of the ring. She rolls out of the ring. When she turns around, Sean Spears and Nico are standing in front of her aggressively now. And Sean has this smirk on his face. Tatum's kind of looking at him like, what the hell's going on? And she turns around and gets absolutely leveled by Izzy Dane. Like murdered, essentially. Then gets thrown in the ring, gets hit with JC's finisher. And now JC's back to being the champion. And I'm very curious to see what happens next week to see if Laney ends up winning the title and to see if Fallon ends up winning the title. Because right now it's looking like Fallon's going to end up winning that championship. And I'm just not sure if Laney's going to come out on top with Kendall or not yet. But by the end of next week, Fatal Influence could have all the gold on the women's side. And I don't. That's something that I'm ready for. It's obviously something that would have to warm up to you a little bit, Sammy. But like, um, it's a hard thing to believe in. It's a hard pill to swallow, but and still, well, and new. My bad. I was trying to get the graphic back up. And new NXT JC 2 times. That is officially our women's champion. Now, as soon as Sammy comes back on here, we'll get to the end of the
Oh,
episode.
I'm
We'll
here.
kind of
Sorry,
do. Okay, my bad.
I was
It's okay. My bad. Your
preparing
camera just cut
for
out for a second. You're all good.
yeah. I was trying to unlock my card.
Just in case y'all didn't know, Sammy is getting ready to go see the premiere of Wicked, so that's why he's
I
kind of walking around the
That's why
movie
I
theater.
got yeah.
Yeah, you got to show up at those things. You kind of got to be there, first come, first serve, and so that explains why. For those of you who are wondering why my guest was walking around at the movie theater. So,
I'm
um,
here.
so shook really isn't even a big enough word for me when it comes to the main event and how that ended. But we will see what happens between Tatum and Izzy. We will also see what
I
happens with JC and the rest of
I
Fatal.
just hope I really hope that, and this might be a stretch, but I really hope this is like a Tatum going up to the main roster with Lyra,
Mm.
I can, because I feel like Bailey is going to attack Lyra, and then it's going to lead to a match or something. So I just really feel like this could be like a Tatum going up to the main roster. But then again, it's like I feel like if they were going to pull the trigger, like this is kind of like how Seth Rollins kind of ended division early. I
Hmm.
felt like I feel like y'all could have just had Izzy won the title from her, even even going like the wheel. I felt like she should have just spun the wheel one day, and then all his names was like Izzy Dane, Izzy Dane, Izzy
Oh yeah,
Dane,
I think I
Izzy Dane,
tweeted.
Izzy
I
Dane.
think
Yeah,
I
I
tweeted
think you
something like
did,
that.
and then it would have been like, okay, now she's dropping the title, but I don't know. I felt like I don't know. It's
Yeah,
it's
I get
it's
it.
a weird.
It's interesting.
It's
That's why
weird.
I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with it because there's a lot that they can do with it, and then there's a lot of ways that they could do it wrong.
And now JC
So
won the
we'll see.
title, and
Two
now
times.
JC won. Yeah, like it's just like,
I love it.
well,
JC
okay,
deserves that.
who?
JC is on like a Victoria run right now, like from
Yeah,
back in
and
the
it's
day.
just
That's the way
like,
she's looking. She reminds
and
me so
then
much of Victoria.
with I feel like with Fatal Influence when Jasmine was with them, it was kind of like, okay, JC Jane is the leader, or whatever. But even with like Toxic Attraction, it was like, okay, Mandy Rose is the leader of these two new girls coming up. Now it's like we really don't have one
No,
and Fatal Influence.
JC's still the leader, and she's a champion. She's been the leader
Oh,
for a while now. I mean, it started
yeah.
off with Fallon as a leader, but then JC eventually took over. Yeah. But all right, my friend. So that basically wraps it up for night one of NXT Gold Rush. So now comes the point that I get to ask my guests a couple questions. I got two questions for you right now, and then we'll wrap it up. So then you'll be able to get out there and enjoy your movie. But all
I'm
right,
here.
yeah. So your first question. I've been asking my guests this every single week, so I would like to know yours. What is your favorite WrestleMania moment?
Oh, oh Lord. Mm, what is my favorite? Probably Bianca versus Sasha, just
Yeah,
because. And I have a lot, but I feel like that one because the history behind it and seeing black women of that caliber and the representation that it got, I was yeah,
that's it. That's a good
yeah,
one. Yeah, that whip.
yeah.
I still to this day can hear that as
I
clear as day.
showed my I literally was watching it at home, and I literally was watching it at home, and I was just watching it at home. And when I say I showed my boyfriend that, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm hooked. Like I'm hooked. Yeah." He likes Naomi, so
Hmm.
yeah.
That was a
But
heck of a match, man.
watching
Heck
that,
of one.
watching that back with him, yeah, he was like, "Okay, now I'm hooked," and that's the thing.
Yes. Amazing. So now my second question and last question for the show is who do you think from NXT will be going to the main roster? Who do you think? Because I know there's a lot of talk about a lot of people right now.
Um,
Obviously, we got Lash has already been moved up, which was beautiful. I'm so happy for that.
Jakara. I would have said,
Metaphor.
metaphor,
Yeah, it's too bad.
metaphor. But oh, excuse me, question. I'm sorry. Um, I felt like, let's see, Jada Parker. Jada Parker. Jada Parker.
Hmm.
Jada Parker, probably. I could see OTM that definitely going up. 79-44. So yeah,
All
I would
right.
say Jada Parker. Or technically from the guy side, I do see Trick and Get Over coming
Oh
up.
yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, so we got Jada Parker. Hopefully, OTM can get up there too, and then we Trick Williams and Oba. I think that's a pretty solid guess. I'm excited just to see what OTM is getting ready to do, in general with the tag team division. But yo, thank you so much for being here. We're getting ready to wrap up
Thank
the episode.
you.
Everybody, if you want to tell people where to find your social media really quick before we get you out of here.
Yeah, yeah. Y'all can find me on X at It's Sammy Season, where I really tweet about Liz. And my profile picture is me, meeting her. I tweet all things WWE, women's wrestling, so that's where y'all can find me.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Sammy, for being here.
Yes.
I appreciate you. We're gonna get you on out of here. We're gonna wrap the old episode up. Thank
Thanks.
you. I hope you enjoy your movie.
Thanks, you too.
Appreciate
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye. All right, you guys. So thank you so much for listening, watching, however you guys are, participating here with the old NXT with NaJee. As you guys know, every single Thursday we have a new episode coming out. Next week we're gonna act. Next week I think I'm gonna put the episode out on Wednesday, and it might just be me recapping season two. I might, or not season two, night two of Gold Rush. So we shall see what happens there, my friends. But as always, you know what it is. This has been the night one edition of NXT with NaJee, a part of the Wrestling Heroes and Insiders podcast, aka the Whip Show, and a part of BodySlam.net. We will catch y'all next week. One more time, shout out to my homie Sammy. We'll see you next week for Gold Rush Night. That's great. Life is for the dream, much like rain. Gently down the stream.